Without wasting any time, I wish to welcome Inspiration and Insights Hub, Mr. Simon Ssenkaya and your team. You're most welcome.
The divine concept of success sits on the premise that you must give what you have in order to get what you want. The world is changing it today, especially in your generation, that there are so many people who want to take without giving anything. Even you here, you want to take without giving anything. But MasterCard has given you everything. Let me be honest with you. MasterCard has given you everything right from the day you stepped at campus to this day. The world has created a generation of takers. Where are we heading as a nation? If all people want to take, everyone, wherever they are, they want to take, what value are we adding to ourselves and to the nation? You're expecting, you want to take more money from MasterCard, right? That is why in your expectations, you want more money. Support packages. But they have been supporting you for 3 years, giving you $700 per semester. That is something like 2 point something money, right? 2 point something money, right? You've been earning while learning. Okay. How many of you have accounts? Of course, all of you, right? How many of you were able to save? How many of you have 2 million shillings on your account? What is all the money? Then how are you going to learn how to save? You want someone to come and step before you here and teach you how to save? When you've had all the opportunities and you've not utilized it? Teaching these things, it is just theory. Someone teaches you how to save, they speak so well, and you clap for them. Yes, but practice is better. I know you have problems. I know you have expectations. Your parents, your relatives, all those people, when they came to know that you're on MasterCard, they expect something, right? But someone, if they wanted to save, by now, after 3 years, someone at least would have a minimum of 2 million shillings on their account to start with when getting into life. Do you have the money? No. You've been living a luxurious life. You've been going to clubs after clubs, eating everything that you want as if the world is ending. Do you think you're not going to eat after? You are who you are because of your mindset. That is why we say the state of your life is nothing more than a reflection of the state of your mind. You look the way you look because that is who you are inside. That is why when you get into employment, we are going to tell you the amount of money that you earn at the end of the month is equivalent to your level of understanding. That is true. So if you think it is not true, then you have to work hard, double the effort, think more, so that you change the way you see things. The moment you change, nature, what we call nature, the universe, is automatic. You can't put in effort and doesn't reward you. In university, they've been teaching you theory of things. And some units are practical. But nature is not taught in African schools. We don't learn the way Japanese learn. We don't learn the way Chinese learn. We don't learn the way Asians learn. We don't learn the way Arabs learn. We don't learn the way whites learn. Why do you think so many successful people in America, they claim to have been dropouts, college dropouts? Why? Because right from kindergarten, they are learning something. They are practicing something. So by the time they get to college, they have already mastered something that they can do. So they don't see any reason of proceeding. What have you been learning all these years? What can you do? Which course did you do? Bachelor of Commerce. What do such people do? Some become accountants, auditors. Audit who and what? When they are given an opportunity. What is it that they can do when they have not been given an opportunity? Okay, what kind of business? Have you been trained to find out what you can do if you're not employed? How to manage finance to do what? Which kind of business? Can be retail business selling what? Produce like what? Getting it from where? Which farmers? In rural areas of where? Very many places. Now I want them to be sure. You have to be sure. Life is like a huge supermarket. A huge supermarket. There's a huge supermarket here. I don't know where. What is it? What's the biggest supermarket here? Okay, life is like a supermarket. The rule is before you get into a supermarket, you must know what you want. That's the number one principle. You must know what? Secondly, before getting into a supermarket, you must know how much that costs. By the time you take the first step to get into a supermarket, when you enter, don't waste a lot of time. Ask those young people working in the supermarket. If you want soap, ask them for the shelves where soaps are. Go to the shelf, pick the soap that you want, go back to the counter, pay and move out. That is life. In life, if you get into a supermarket and you don't know what you want, you're going to end up buying things that you don't need, but you want, and spending more than what you planned. So what do you want? Shall look at it. You are a seed. You are a seed. But what kind of seed are you? You're going to be taken through, you're going to be exposed to lots of things from here by Private Sector Foundation. They'll take you to industries, they'll take you to companies, they'll teach you lots of things. But if you don't know who you are, all of that will be a waste. If you don't understand your value as a person, then you're nothing. You're like an empty polythene bag. The strongest winds will take you anywhere, even if they're taking you to fire. John, who are you? Do you still expect anything? Do you still want more? Can you still stand here and tell people that we need more support packages? Yes. The money is there, they will give you if it is there. But let me tell you, life, they are not cheaters. You don't cheat in life. Whatever you take for free, you will work for it and pay for it. In a certain way, someday, somewhere, you'll pay for it. In life, you can't cheat. Because there are no free things. Even oxygen is not free. People think oxygen is free. Hold your mouth and your nose and refuse to breathe it. The moment you stop breathing, you'll die. Your blood won't have oxygen, so you'll die. So even oxygen is not free, we keep on breathing it and fighting for it. When you get into a situation where you can't breathe, you run away from it. Why? You're fighting. What is free in life? Free because it is free indeed. So, identify the kind of seed that you are. Nurture it. Grow it. Become a tree with fruits. Allow people to enjoy your fruits. Those that appreciate the fruits will always come back to you to nourish you, to protect you, to water you. Because in life, to get what you want, you must give what you have. My question to you is, what are you going to give? This takes us to becoming. This is my morning presentation. Becoming. Become. Becoming means what? You know, it is only in Africa where things are funny. In China, children study in Mandarin from kindergarten up to university. In France, children are taught in French from kindergarten up to university. Right? In Saudi Arabia, children are taught in Arabic from kindergarten up to university. The same in India, the same in England. It is only in Africa where people are so proud. Like, listen to me now. I'm speaking a language. It's not mine. There are 3 levels as we are going to look at them. Knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. You can get knowledge from any language, but understanding is in your mother tongue. If you can't interpret what you study into the language that you understand, you won't understand it, you will simply have knowledge. If you can't interpret things that you know into the language that you understand, you'll never understand them. That is why all of you at a certain point in time, when seated on an exam, they asked you some tough questions. After reading the questions, you had to first interpret them the way you understand them in order to approach them. Isn't it? We are so proud studying in a language that we don't understand. So many years ago, over 900 years ago, before the coming of whites here, our ancestors could produce spears. Which kind of stones did they use to produce spears? From the day whites came, that knowledge got lost. We produced everything, almost everything. But the day the people came in, stepped in, we stopped to think. We're no longer thinking. We praise ourselves to have degrees. But the foundations upon which we stand were built by people who never had the kind of education that we have. There's a difference between learning or being learned and being educated. Yes, you learned. Are you educated? Lawyers call themselves learned friends. Practicing law, basing on the foundation of the white man's understanding of law, not the African interpretation of law. Are we progressing? You know, there are 2 words. There's a difference between movement and progress. A baby that has just learned how to walk, walks 6 kilometers a day. Going where? The grown-up human beings who are moving every day, but they're not progressing. They are babies indeed. You move every day. You've been moving. What have you been doing at campus? How many of you have visited the library? You have a huge library in Makerere. How many books have you read within your sphere or within your discipline? How many books have you read? Apart from photocopying, copying and pasting, you pass the courseworks, then you cram, go sit exams, and pass. You pass the exam, and you get into another semester. What have you learned? Nothing. That is the honest truth. I'm going to make you angry. But that is the truth. You have learned nothing. What can you do if you don't get a job that you studied? Nothing. It is time for you to think, and you're blessed, like I've always said, you're blessed to be here, to get to know some of these things as early as possible. Otherwise, there are so many people that graduated before you. You graduated with hundreds. Thousands graduated in the same profession that you graduated in, right? And more will graduate next year or this year, right? How different are you? You did business administration. Before you did that course, the first year, thousands graduated. Second year, thousands graduated. Third year, you graduated with thousands. Next year, they will graduate. How different are you? Do you think you're so special, more than the other person that graduated before you? No. What makes you special? What makes you special is the uniqueness that is in you. That is your kingdom. That so many people can do what we do, but the honest truth is they can't do them the way we do them. The way we do them is our uniqueness. That is our kingdom. That is our power. That is our advantage. That is our edge over other people. What's your edge? Becoming. Becoming. When you hold a mango seed and you say, become, that is the first commandment, I think, in the Bible. God told Adam, be fruitful. You can't have a fruit unless when you have a seed. The question is, why did God not tell Adam, be seedful? He simply told him, be fruitful. He knew that within him there was a seed. You can't bear fruit unless you have a seed that is going to grow and manifest into a tree that will bear fruits. So when you tell a mango seed become, you're asking a mango seed to grow and become a tree with fruits. What are you becoming? You're just moving around with two pieces of paper. I have my degree. I have my degree. I have my degree. I have my degree. You know, I go, yeah, you have a degree. Yeah, you have a degree. Yeah, you have a degree. You have a degree. So what? Let me be honest with you. You've wasted 3 years. Seated in a place, eating food, spending money, learning nothing. Let me be honest with you. If you've gone through Makerere, and you can count the number of books you've read, and you can count the number of times you've got into that library, you didn't study. You passed through a system. You were able to manipulate a system. You copied, pasted. You did courseworks from other people. They did for you. You passed. You sat exams. You got the pass mark. After cramming, you went into another semester. You finished first year, second year, third year. They put you on the list of graduates. You graduated and you celebrated, but you didn't get anything. Instead of the university going through you, you went through the university. Do you have a degree? Yes, of course. You do. We've seen people with bachelor's degrees and they cannot write a single page about something that is true. They can't even express themselves in writing what they want. When you read it, it doesn't make sense. We've seen people with bachelor's degrees being asked, what can you do? I can do anything. Are you God? Are you God that you can do anything? We've seen people at TV, they come looking for jobs. What can you do? I can do that guy's program. For God's sake, the guy is there, he's doing the program. What can you do? I can do his program. But we have someone doing the program. If you get tired and you feel like sleeping, stand up, move around while listening. That means your spirit is so weak. It can't pay attention to important things. Don't sleep. Don't doze. If you doze when something interesting is going on, just know there's a problem. People can't even pray for you. So when we say become, we are asking you to grow and manifest something that is hidden inside of you. Let me tell you, there is a lot of potential in you. A lot of potential that is untapped. What is potential? Huh? No. In philosophy, you are right. All of you are right in philosophy. Yes, madam. The Potential is not what you have done. Potential is what you can do, but you haven't done. What you have achieved is not your potential. What you can achieve, but have not yet achieved, that's your potential. So you might think your degree is your potential. No, that is something small. But there is a lot that is still lying inside of you right now that you haven't tapped into. So when we say become, we are asking you to become. Those of you that believe in scriptures, I knew you before you came, right? What does it mean? You know, I love that book for no reason. It has a lot of wisdom that is misinterpreted. I knew you before. What does it mean? Whoever said that, this is what he did. He stood at the beginning of my journey, created my entire journey, right? After creating it, he knows even how many years I'll live. Came back to the beginning and asked himself, who is going to walk this journey? Then my mother, I don't even know, I can't even imagine how my father met my mother. My mother was supposed to be a nun, because all her sisters are Catholic nuns. All her sisters. She's the only woman that gave birth in her family. She had been brought into a congregation somewhere in Reza to be prepared to become. My father found her. I don't know how, where. That moment when my father was with my mother, when a man ejaculates, don't recall this, but it is normal. When a man ejaculates, he releases over 500 million sperms. I hear people calling themselves, I'm 1 in a million. You're not 1 in a million. You're 1 in 499 millions. Releases over 500 million sperms, right? But only one is able to hit the egg. This is the egg. Is able to eat. There must have been some divine power somewhere, even when you're not a believer. There must have been some divine power somewhere to pick the right one. To come, not to do anything new, not to reinvent the wheel, but to finish what was already done. Meaning, even before, actually, when my mother conceived me, it was indication that my journey had been completed. I simply had to find that and become that to attract all the opportunities that I wanted. He's understood it well. That's what it means. Now, when we say becoming, we are asking, what is your purpose? Madam, what is the purpose of that notebook? Madam Chairman, what is the purpose of that notebook? What's the purpose of that pen? It is to write. What's the purpose of these clothes, madam? Warmth, and to cover your body so you don't move naked, because so many people will be attracted to see a lot of things, but it is normal, because what are they looking at? Because they have, right? People were naked before, and you're right, people were naked before. God didn't create anyone with clothes. They were naked. But what is the purpose of clothes? Is to cover our bodies first and give us warmth. If you think all created things exist for a purpose and a reason, why don't you understand why you exist? You're not here to eat food, grow up, get married, sleep with people and make children, grow old and die. No. Josephine, You're here for something. What is that thing? Everything around you has a purpose that it is serving in your life. Why do you think you're just a follower? What's the difference between a follower and a leader? It is choice. Someone decides to be followed and another one decides to follow. Why do you think you simply exist to get a job and work and get money and eat? What's your purpose? If you don't know your purpose, you're going to go through trainings this entire week and they will be useless. It is only when you know who you are and your purpose that you're able to tap into the resources and opportunities that come across you. So what is your purpose? What is your purpose? What's your purpose? Yeah, to live and bear fruits. Yeah. What kind of fruits? Oh. Whatever God prepared for you, He knows He prepared, but do you know it? Be like a postage stamp. It sticks to an envelope until when it gets there. You can't be everywhere. You can't be everything. You can't be good at everything. There is something, single thing that you're good at. Even in academics, when you get a second lower degree, it is not that you're dull. You know, you can't judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree. A fish was created to swim, not to climb trees. So if you ask a fish to climb trees, that's why they say it will die and live for the rest of its life believing that it was stupid. Education makes you believe that you're stupid. You're not stupid. Just because you failed a certain paper, that is not your interest. If you are doing your interest, you would pass. Nina, you look like your name. Small, tall. Nina. Why do you exist?
To make life better for others.
Yeah. But how are you going to do it? That is true, by the way. We live for other people. We came here to make this world a better place for those yet to come. But how? With what?
Creating opportunities for others.
What kind of opportunities? What is entrepreneurship?
Creating jobs through what I do today.
How are you going to create jobs?
I'm going to create jobs through discovering what my community lacks so that I can be able to provide it.
Where do you come from?
I come from Masindi district.
What are some of the challenges in your community?
The challenges in my community.
Don't repeat the question.
Sorry.
What are some of the challenges in your community?
Okay, we have like limited water resources.
Oh, good, that is one.
Yeah. So there is also theft,
No,
especially.
That's not a challenge.
Really?
That's not a
Okay.
challenge. Because you're not going to solve it. It even existed in the days of Jesus. Thieves existed,
Okay.
and they'll exist. What are some of the key problems or do you differentiate between a problem and a challenge?
Yeah.
What's a problem?
A problem is something beyond your control. Okay, something you may not create solutions for. While a challenge is something you can create solutions.
A problem needs a solution. A challenge needs a strategy
Oh, okay.
to overcome.
Thanks.
But a problem, you have to create a solution. A challenge, it's not a problem. You need to simply learn how to overcome it. It's a strategy. So what are some of the key problems that require solutions in Masindi?
There is a dropout of children from schools.
Okay. What is causing it?
Basically, it's because of lack of school fees. And then also,
Don't they have parents?
they do, some do have parents,
Yeah.
but others are orphans.
So how many orphans are there that dropped out?
I'm not sure of the
You're
numbers.
not sure.
Yeah.
So that is not true, right?
It's true.
So many people have parents who are not committed and interested in sponsoring their children. Now that's a problem.
Yeah.
How can you champion that problem to educate parents to understand the value of education? How can you become a solution? Because what is a business? A business is a solution to a problem, right? If someone asks you what's a business is a solution to a certain problem. You simply identify a problem, get a solution, you have started a business. We don't start a business to get money. We start a business to solve problems. When you solve problems, people give you money. As a matter of fact, it's just that you people are graduating. This is something that you had to start. It would have been a prerequisite to get assistance. To get assistance in assistance from MasterCard Foundation on how to solve that problem. Otherwise, people come, they are given an opportunity, they learn how to speak English, they get a job in Kampala. They never, ever go back. What kind of skills?
Working in a
Team?
team. Being able to work in a team.
You're able to work. You think other people are not able to work in a team? What is that other thing that you're sure of you can offer? And even when you're on the line of competition, it is only you who can do it the way you do it. What is that something that you're sure of? If you're not sure of anything, let me be honest with you. You're like many. If you want to get what you have never had, you must be willing to do what you have never done. You must be willing to offer what others or what so many people find hard to offer. Gabriela. You're like an angel. Gabriela. Gabriela. How are you? Where do you come from? Guru, not Guru. Guru. That is the right pronunciation, right? Yes. What can you do? What are you going to do in Guru? They want you to be audible so that other people can hear your voice. What can you do? Gabriela.
Okay, for me, what I'm planning to do.
You're just planning to do it?
No, yes. After a year, after getting the skills.
Which skills?
That is needed for me to do what I wanted to do.
What have you been getting in the 3 years?
In the 3 years,
Which course did you do?
education.
You're a teacher and you're looking for skills. We have few professional courses in Uganda, and education is among the top few professional courses in Uganda. You're a teacher and you're looking for skills. You have studied general teaching methods. You've studied specific teaching methods. You've studied a lot of things that are practical. What skills do you want here? She's been taught communication skills and public speaking. Right? Yes. Not so. They teach that in education, my dear. My first degree is in education. I was supposed to be an economics and computer science teacher. You're looking for skills? A teacher. Gabriela, do you plan to stay in Kampala?
No.
The moment I find you in Kampala, Gabriela, go back and teach people in Gulu. You simply need to understand what you know. You have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of knowledge. You simply need to understand what you know. No one taught me what I'm doing. It's just that I started early. I started practice so early. And the easiest and the quickest way to master what you do is to offer your services for free. Go back to your home areas and look for organizations where you can offer free service. If you're below 30, below 27, don't even first think about money. Don't first think about money. Identify a place, offer yourself as a ransom, serve, and in the process of serving, you're going to learn a lot of things. You're going to connect with a lot of people. Find an organization. Ask MasterCard, I want to volunteer. Your network determines your net worth. It is how many people you know that will determine what you become in life. Seek to know more people more than making money. How much are you going to earn that is going to satisfy you? You're not going to earn any money. I promise you. You get a job. Priska, you're going to get a job. They'll give you 500,000 shillings. You rent a house in Kampala of 150. You'll use transport of 250. You'll eat the rest. And you'll work for 2 years without progressing. That is the truth. You want to stay in Kampala. You want to sound to your friends, you know I'm working. Doing what? Doing what? Where do you come from? Oyam. Please go back to Oyam and share this knowledge. So the core of our work is influencing the will, move the passion, please the imagination, enlighten your understanding. There are two most important days in your life. First is the day you're born. What's your name again? You seem to be so relaxed, Scovia. You seem to be so sure of tomorrow. You have money in the bank. The way you're seated, you're relaxed. You have a lot of money in the bank. Or you just don't care. You're a free spirit. You can't force yourself on things you can't change. He who was not taught by his father will be taught by the world. I'm telling you, one day, one time in life, you realize that there are so many things that you'll have to change as a must. One day, one time in life. One day you'll find yourself in a situation when you don't have any choice. That is why people say you can't know that you can fly until when flying is the only option. Okay, let's wait. Scovia? Let's wait. So the first day is the day you find out why. Why you exist. If you don't, you'll work till death. Let me tell you, even those with billions of money on their account, they are looking for more. In fact, the more you get, the more you want. In life, you can never have satisfaction. The only thing that gives satisfaction is doing something that you love, something that defines who you are. That I can talk and speak for the rest of these days, and I don't even feel anything. And I don't even care. But they pay me. I charge 1.5 an hour. Yeah. To become a consultant, unless when you're doing a master's degree and they teach you consultancy skills, but there is no course that trains you to become a consultant. The only way you become a consultant is you become a master of what you do. When you become a master of what you do, people are going to come to you consulting you. But if you don't, you'll be a follower. What is the difference between your job and your work? A job is something you're paid to do. Work is something you're born to do. A job, you can retire from it. You can't retire from your work. You can lose a job, but work is you. You can't lose yourself. On a job, you are the master of your superiors. In your work, you are at your own mercy, your own choices. At the job, you need qualifications. Work, you simply need your will. Work, job is man-made. Work is God-made. You need experience at work. You simply need to believe yourself at work. In your job, you need experience. That is why you graduate and you're going to see lots of jobs. They need 3 years experience. Now, if jobs require 3 years experience, when will you get the experience so that you can apply for the jobs? That is the weakness in the system. The system must be willing to offer anyone, any willing heart, an opportunity to try themselves. That is why in our work, we simply need to believe in ourselves. If you have this, get to understand the difference between your job and your work. In fact, a job is a platform given to you to manifest your work. When you get a job, the money that you get is supposed to facilitate you to manifest your work. You get it? As you strive to look for more connections and jobs, please strive to understand your work. Because freedom, satisfaction is in work. You don't know what it means waking up every day, early in the morning, having a cold bath, go through traffic, maneuver. If you use public means, you sit with someone who doesn't smell good, but you endure the pain, you persevere. You go sit in a place that you don't like, sit with people you hate, do something that you don't want. But why? Just because you expect money. That is the 21st century slavery. In the old days, our forefathers were taken by force. Today we force ourselves into slavery. Young people are traveling to the Arab world. I studied in Dubai Men's College. I've interacted with so many young people. Arabs have houses that are flats. You find a young girl working on 3 flats. She wakes up at 4, she goes to bed at midnight, earning 800,000 shillings. In the first year, they are tired. They want to get back home, but they don't have the passport. Those in Saudi Arabia, Oman, those in Jordan, Kuwait, they hold their passports until when their contracts are done. Our young people are now slaves. That is the modern day slavery. They are, I can't even say it. So many girls have been raped by the children in the house, by the man in the house. And the moment you say a word and the woman gets to know, black people are dogs. Don't record this. For a dog to die, no one cries. But where are they going? For hope. What is hope? Hope doesn't come from outside. Hope comes from you. You must develop the hope. Hope sits in who you are and what you can do. We don't get hope from the things that we encounter in life. We get things. We get hope from within. There are so many young people that are struggling. You have an opportunity. You're not seeing it. So all of us are searching for the same thing in life. What are we searching for? Who can tell me? What are we searching for? For greatness. Yeah, but that's a bit ambiguous. But it is true. Yes, what are we searching for? Yeah, status. Status is an expression of something. When you get status in society, there is something that you want. What is it? Yeah, when you become successful in anything, there is something that you want. What is it? All humans are searching for one thing, happiness. All of you here are searching for one thing. Let me be honest with you. I've not come across anyone who is searching for billions of money. Even those that are searching for billions of money, who have billions of money, they think when they get to those billions, they will use it to create things that give them happiness. So at the end of the day, all people are looking for happiness. They want to be happy. But happiness is not created by money. There are so many people who are happy, but they don't have any money on their account. But they are contented. And there are so many people with a lot of money on their accounts, but they're not happy. Tambiti. 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 Okay. Okay. Let me reflect about it. There are so many people that have money, but they're not. So we are looking for happiness. The difference is the root and the systems we develop as we search. Two men were thirsty, but were in the desert. Two men were thirsty, but were in the desert. They were told that far across the desert, there was a place with water. So they decided that if they moved together and they don't find water, they will die together. They said there will be two fools dying together. They decided to be two fools dying separately. They said, take another route and take the other route. What were they searching for? What was the problem that forced them to separate? University students. Nina, what were they searching for? Water. At least someone should say water. Right? Hey, what were they searching for? What is the most important thing that forced them to separate? Yes. How? In the desert, they have separated. Okay, which is somehow, right? Yes, gentleman in white. What were they searching for? Water. Yes, Hajat. No, they wanted water. Were you offered a course in critical thinking skills? Do they offer it in Makerere? For every course? For only teachers? Madam Teacher, Gabriela, Claire, what were they searching for? Life. Yeah, it's next to that. They were searching for life. The biggest problem was not water. The biggest problem was thirst. Before you search for water, you must first understand the thirst that you have. Because the thirst that you have might not be a thirst for water. Might be a thirst for soda. Right? In life, it is not what you're looking for, but what is leading you to look for that particular thing. All of you want happiness, want money. But you must have a reason, a huge reason as to why you're looking for money. But all people want money. Even you want money. First way. All people want money. But what is money? Where does money come from? So the most important thing is not money first. The most important thing is understanding the thirst. The thirst directs us to the right path for us to take. What were you asking? No, I didn't say money brings happiness. I say no. They are looking for money to use it to create things, to put in place things that makes them happy. Someone wants to drive a Mercedes Benz, they get money to drive. Someone wants a good posh house, they look for money to construct. But at the end of the day, no one eats money. Money is just a means to create what makes you happy. It's just a means. But if you make money your end, you're going to stop somewhere. It is like people who make Jesus their end. They're not right. Jesus is not the end. He said, I'm just a path. So if you stop at the door and you worship the door and you praise the door, you're not going to go to the Father. People are worshiping the door. I'm just a path. If you want to go to the Father, go through me. That is what he said, right? So it's not the end. It's just the means. Just the means. But people are worshiping the door. So the key to happiness is to finding your work. Do you see the gentleman holding that camera? That's his work and this lady. Their happiness, if you want to take away the happiness of this young lady, take away her camera. Not so? Take away this is her business. Is it yours? You should work hard to buy yours. We are looking for happiness. Find your work. What is your work? You're going to be exposed by PSFU. You're going to be taken to, you'll visit different industries. But what is your work? What are you going to learn from all these opportunities that you're going to come across to enrich yourself? What is your work? Work means to become, to manifest, to fulfill, to reveal. Therefore, work means to discover and become what you are created to be. Unfortunately, we grew up being told that work is something that we do. Work is not something that we do. Work is something that we become. This is the bitter truth. A job is a short-term solution to a long-term problem. Getting a job is like having a headache and you take Panadol. You don't treat the cause, you're treating the symptoms. It's a short-term solution to a huge problem. That is why a job is like carrying a bucket. If you're carrying a bucket of 2 liters, the moment you start carrying a bucket of 2 liters, you look for a bucket of 4 liters. The moment you get a bucket of 4 liters, you start looking for one of 10 liters. The moment you get one of 10 liters, you look for one of 20 liters. You'll never get satisfied. Ask those that are employed, are working. If she gets a job that pays 1 million shillings, she starts looking for one that pays 2 million shillings. If she gets one of 2 million shillings, she starts looking for one that pays 4 million shillings. Well, they never get satisfied. That's a job. It means a job cannot solve the problem, but you need to develop something, however small it is, but will over time grow into something. Should go back to Masindi. So what's important? Work is the source of your vision. And vision is the beginning of your life's purpose, and purpose is your only business here on earth. How many of you want to start a business? How many of you want to start a business? You don't mean it. All of you want jobs. How many of you want to start your own initiatives? Okay, there are some. The initiative that you're going to start must be within your strength. And your strength comes from your purpose, and your purpose comes from your vision. Vision is what you see when you close your eyes. In the Bible, there is a book called Revelation, right? Revelation in my language, it's called okubikulirwa. There is a difference between okubikula and okubikulirwa. Right? Okubikula. What am I doing? I'm kubikulaling. Right? Now, what does okubikulirwa means? Okubikula is done by the physical person. Okubikulirwa is done by the spirit. Okubikulirwa, revelation is spiritual. So if you can't see what you're looking at, you cannot have revelation. That's why you can't see. You can't have your vision. So these are the fundamental questions that I want to share with you as time goes on. Okay, let's reflect on this. Imagination is the beginning of creation. We imagine what we desire. You imagine what you desire. You will what you imagine. And at last, you create what you will. Imagination is the beginning of creation. So I want you, these last 4 questions, note them somewhere. When you get an opportunity to be exposed to different companies, to different industries, when you interact with so many other facilitators the following days or the days to come, you must have answers for these questions. The first question, who are you? Just write one question. It's just an explanation. Who are you? Put that question on one page and let it be there. Who are you? What are your gifts? What can you do better than others? What is your passion? What consumes most of your time? Miss Odida, what consumes most of your time? What are your gifts? What are you passionate about? These are some of the things that you need to know. The greatest discovery you'll ever do is when you find out who you are. Why? It's a compass in your life. If you fail to define who you are, you'll end up being anything the world wants you to be. That's an open game. If you're a girl, like we said, you don't know who you are, you'll end up being used. If I step before you and you realize that I'm not the kind of man, the type of man that you wanted, simply say no. Don't go for a date. Don't accept someone you don't want. You know clearly he's not the right one. Even your gut is telling you he is not. Why do you accept to go on a date? To try your luck with someone you know very well that is not the one that you want? Sometimes you be judgmental for nothing. What if you realize later, after having a lot of time together, enjoying each other, you realize later that he's not the one? You don't even realize, you prove that he's not the one. What do? You move on. You find another one. You move on. You find another one. They use you, you move on. Continue. Continue keeping public parts. We shape the world not the world. The world doesn't shape us, we shape the world. And in the end, if you don't know who you are, if you don't find out who you are, you'll end up helping other people who know who they are. So who are you? That is the first question. 2, what do you want? Don't read other things. What do you want? In life, there are so many good things, but not all good things are right for you. Let me tell you guys who are here. In this country called Uganda, there are so many beautiful young girls. They're everywhere. Look and see. Look and see how we are blessed. But not all beautiful girls are right for you. They are good, but not right. If you want to die early, if you want to fail early, invest in women. Invest in what? It is okay. The reverse can also be true. But for a man, all great men have been made by women, have been destroyed by women. The blessing doesn't mean that you're in position to get it. First, build yourself into the quality of the person that gets something. Earning 2 million shillings at work a month, it's okay, you can earn it. But someone who earns 2 million shillings is someone of a certain quality. That is why we say the focus not on the money, but on building and becoming that person who gets that money. And when you become that person, people that look at you will say, no, he's worth this. And sometimes they can look at you and they say, no, he's not worth that money. Don't give it to him, because they have assessed. So first become the person that earns that. Then the other thing will come automatically. Last question. Yes, sir. Mr. Day.
Okay, thank you. My name is Day Emmanuel.
Day Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Do you know the meaning of Emmanuel? The meaning. God is with us. What's the meaning of the word Emmanuel? Okay. God is with us. Okay, God is with us. Yes, sir.
Okay. Earlier on you said a job is a short-term solution to a long-term problem. Now, if I get a job, say for example, I am earning like, say, 5 million a month.
Be realistic.
Yeah.
Let's try to be realistic so that we relate.
Okay, it can't be now.
Let's start from 1 million. It is okay, you can earn 5 million shillings,
okay,
by the way. It is very possible.
All right.
But let's start from 1 million shilling at least.
All right. So, if I get a job and I am getting 1 million shillings, and I decided to take up investment, I invest in buying assets, say for example, and then maybe those assets generate me money.
Like what? Assets like what?
Okay, say for example like land, or maybe I invest, I decided to build rentals where people rent and I get money. Okay, say if those assets are getting me money, they are bringing me money, and I am happy with it. My problems are, are covered. Say, for example, I am able to build, a house for myself. That is my problem. And I am able to buy a car for myself, and I am happy with it. So does it mean I still need to look for something to do or for a work? Since I already have a job and I have invested in assets that are bringing for me money. So does it mean I still need to look for a work?
If you have a job, you're earning $1 million, you're earning your money, 20 million shillings, right? You're able to put up some rentals for yourself, you're earning more money. Where is the need to continue finding my work? What we've been talking about here is the purpose of life. We're never created to eat and seek for ourselves the pleasures of life. We are created to add value. The reason why MasterCard took you up, they expect you to add value to where you come from. So when you become selfish, just because you've earned some money, you're doing a disservice to the people that have made you who you are. It's a choice. There is greatness and there is averageness. Greatness is not created by money. You can't have money and you claim that you're great. Greatness is not about money. Greatness is about service to other people. That is why if fresh kid came in there and Chirumiro Mugaga, forgive me using the names, you won't see these people the same way. Chirumiro has the money, but you won't even mind so much. You won't even mind him, right? If fresh kid came there, you'd want to interact with this boy. Why? Because of the greatness. We said greatness is a product of influence. Influence is a product of significance. Significance is a product of value. Value is a result of refinement. Refinement sits in uniqueness. Uniqueness is in the gift. A gift is given by God. If you want to be great, you come back down and you offer yourself. We've been teaching that inside you there is something that is not for you, it is for us. If I sat with what I had, today I wouldn't be here. You cannot benefit from me. But adding value to society has brought me before you. Using and tapping into yourself and who you are will add value to other people. And it will even create more opportunities for you. But you investing your money and earning, you're comfortable where you are, doesn't mean that you're great. We said potential is not what you have done, but that which you can do, but haven't done. So it's a choice in life. It's just a question of understanding what life is. Life is beyond ourselves. Life is beyond our own happiness. We get happiness after creating happiness for other people. So it is okay. You can live that kind of life. But all that we are saying, if someone has been able to touch your hand and put you somewhere, you should be able to go back and hold someone's hand and put them somewhere. It is time for lunch. Nina has said. Thank you so much.